Hello, hello. All right. So, yan, no? So, let's start the uh, part 3 ng Module 7, which is again, this is still under the, this is for feedback and control systems. So, Module 7, frequency response analysis. So, we have the part 3, okay, which is the gain and phase margin. Okay? So, bale, sa part 1, we have discussed basically the frequency response, no, introduction niya, and how it is applied, no, for linear time invariant systems. So, for part 2, we have discussed the asymptotic Bode plot, no, so paano siya pinaplot, how can we get the Bode plot from a transfer function, how to get the Bode plot from the transfer function, okay, or vice versa. Ayan. Okay, so now, okay, part 3. Okay, we will be focusing, no, on one of the most important topics, no, pagdating sa frequency response analysis, and which is the gain and phase margin. Okay? So for the outline, okay, what will be our topic for in this lecture? So we have the Nyquist stability criterion. Okay, first one. Next is yung terminology natin with the gain and phase crossover frequencies. Okay, we actually encountered, no, gain crossover frequency in the previous lecture. Yeah, no? So we're in sinod lang natin siya, but we didn't actually understand, no, yung significance niya. And of course, no, gain margin. Gain and phase margin. Okay? So what is the Nyquist stability criterion? Okay? So ang Nyquist stability criterion, kung nare-recall nyo guys, no, yung stability natin, ang ginagamit natin is the closed loop transfer function. Okay? So based sa value, no, ay based sa ating closed loop transfer function, we can get the characteristic equation. So from the characteristic equation, no, so depende kung anong order niya. So kung second or third order lang, by just simple necessary and sufficient conditions, malalaman na natin stability niya. Okay? Kapag fourth order above naman, doon natin ginagamit yung Routh-Hurwitz. Now guys, so yung mga parameters na sinabi natin na yon, these are the absolute, okay, stability. Okay, parameters. Meaning to say, if we are able to satisfy them, we are sure that the system is stable. Ngayon, if for some reason, no, gusto nating malaman yung stability ng system with regards to using, no, the open loop transfer function. Okay, because there are various reasons why we want to use the open loop transfer function. Okay, number one is that madaling baguhin yung open loop transfer function because yun yung transfer function nung plant natin, or yun yung transfer function ng system natin. Okay, if you add controllers, no, so madaling baguhin yung open loop transfer function, is easy to modify. So that's why maganda na alam din natin without getting the actual closed loop stability of the system, makontrol na natin, no, yung stability niya sa open loop pa lang. Okay? Kaya lang there's a very it doesn't mean guys na pag stable ang open loop transfer function mo, stable na din ang closed loop transfer function natin. Hindi ganoon, 'di ba? So, the absolute stability of a system is reliant on the closed loop transfer function, not the open loop transfer function. Pero ngayon, okay, sabi nga natin dun sa motivation kanina is that what we can easily control is the open loop transfer function, not the closed loop transfer function. So that's why dito papasok yung Nyquist stability criterion. Sabi sa Nyquist stability criterion is that if the open loop transfer function is stable, yung closed loop transfer function din natin ay stable din daw. If, okay, meron lang no, ah meron lang tawag dito, condition, no, na yung stable din siya kung yung magnitude response ng OLTF, okay, is less than unity, okay, at a frequency where the phase response is plus or minus 180 degrees. Plus or minus siya based sa criteria, pero madalas ang ginagamit natin dito is the negative 180 degrees. Okay? May negative 180 degrees. Kasi usually yung system natin is dominated by poles. So kung dominated by poles, negative, no, yung ating Bode plot. Okay? So although pwede rin say positive 180, pero madalas negative 180. So ano ibig sabihin, no? So look at the Bode plot of this particular arbitrary system here. Okay, no? So kung makikita nyo dito, no, ititrace po natin, guys. So this is negative 180 degrees of phase, right? So ito yung frequency. This is the frequency, let's say omega 1, okay, omega 1. So ito yung frequency kung saan ang phase response natin, yung Bode phase plot natin ay negative 180 degrees. So pag pinroject natin siya dun saan? Dun sa magnitude plot with the same, okay, with the same frequency omega 1. Makikita natin dito na ang gain natin, okay, the magnitude response is actually what? Okay, below 0. Okay? Notice that this is in decibels. Decibel yan, guys. So, yung unity na tinutukoy dito, 0 decibel yun, right? Because ang 20 log, guys, ng 1 is actually 0. Okay? Ibig sabihin, dapat less than 0 siya. Okay? Di ba sabi rito, stable daw siya if yung magnitude response natin is less than unity. Okay? Less than unity. So, bali, 20 log, no? Nung 1 is 0. So, pag less than 0, yung magnitude response natin, okay, at that particular frequency, ibig sabihin the system is stable. As you can see here, no? So, below 0 siya, so negative dB, no? Negative dB siya. So, therefore, in this particular case, the system is stable. Okay? So, this is a stable system based on the, ano guys, Nyquist stability criterion. Ayan, so, stable siya. Okay? Even without getting, di ba, the closed-loop transfer function, na-check natin na ang system ay stable by just simply utilizing, no, the frequency response. Okay? Specifically, the magnitude and the phase Bode plots. Ayan. So, yun yung idea, guys. Nagets po? Ayan. Okay. So, yan. That's the idea. All right? Okay. All right. Yes. Now, this can also be used, no? Okay, if we want to say whether a system is more stable compared to the other. Okay, kasi doing the absolute stability, okay, which is the yung ano natin, no, yung pinag-aralan natin sa module 5. Okay? So from there, hindi natin malalaman kung mas stable ba yung isa compared sa isa. Tama? So alam lang natin stable siya, unstable, or marginally stable. But we cannot say whether if a system is more stable compared to the other. We cannot tell that. Right? Kasi malalaman mo lang naman kung nasa RHP, LHP, etc. Okay? So, dun sa module 5, absolute yun, no? Alam mo lang kung stable siya o hindi. Pero dito guys, no, through the use, no, of the Nyquist stability criterion, we'll be able to see, no, whether if a system is stable, more stable compared to the other. How? Okay. So, tandaan, no, we have two ideas here, no, for the Nyquist stability criterion. Ano yun? Una is dapat yung angle natin, yung phase response natin is minus 180 degrees. So, ibig sabihin, kapag hindi siya negative 180 degrees, hindi siya stable. Okay? That's the idea. Kung sa pagdating naman sa magnitude, okay, if hindi siya less than 0, less than unity, in terms ng decibel, 0. So, hindi siya less than 0, kung positive yung magnitude natin, hindi rin siya stable. So, ibig sabihin, no, kung gaano sila kalayo from that kung gaano sila kalapit or kalayo from that particular threshold, no? So doon natin masasabi na isang system ay may stable compared to the other. Okay? So mas magigets nyo yun pag nagpunta na tayo dun sa relative stability parameters natin. Okay. Let us now have some terminologies here. Okay, we have the gain and phase crossover frequencies. So ano ibig sabihin nun, no? Yung gain and phase crossover frequency. Okay. When we say gain crossover frequency, okay, ang titingnan nyo dito guys is yung magnitude plot. Okay? So kung saan guys nag-cross, no, yung magnitude plot natin sa 0 dB or yung gain na is equal sa 1, yun yung tinatawag na gain crossover frequency. So dito sa drawing guys, ito yung WGC. This is the WGC. So omega GC, sorry. That is the gain crossover frequency. Okay, so doon siya nag-cross. Ibig sabihin, at that particular frequency, yung magnitude natin ay 0 decibel o gain is equal to 1 unity. Okay? Gets guys? Okay. Now, for the phase crossover frequency naman, WPC, ito naman guys yung frequency kung saan ang phase response natin is negative 180 degrees. So ito yon, no? In this case. Bale, ito yung negative 180, correct? This is the negative 180 intersection. So basically yung frequency dyan, ito yun, no? So ito, just one. Yan, ito, no? Yan, lagay ko lang ng parang bilog. Ayan, ito yung ating WPC. Okay, omega PC. So this is the frequency kung saan ang ating phase ay negative 180 degrees. Okay? So naiintindihan guys? Alright. So anong significance niyan? Okay? As you can see, no? So yung gain crossover frequency, ito yung frequency kung saan ang gain natin, okay, ay equal sa 1 or 0 dB. For the phase crossover frequency naman, ito yung frequency kung saan yung phase response natin is negative 180 degrees. Okay. Ano significance niya? Ginagamit natin yung mga frequencies na yon to determine what we call as the, ano guys? Okay, to determine what we call as the, okay, gain and phase margin. Okay, gain and phase margin. Okay, no? So, ano yung gain margin? So, gain margin, no? Ito po yung pinakamalaking gain na pwede nating i-multiply, okay, sa system natin bago siya maging unstable. Okay? Gets? Kasi 'di ba nare-recall nyo dun sa Nyquist stability criterion, pag ang frequency mo ay kapag sa negative 180 degrees intersection nung I mean at a frequency kung saan ang phase response is negative 180 degrees, ang gain mo dapat less than 0. Okay? So ibig sabihin if the gain is less than 0 dB or less than 1, may certain number ka na pwedeng i-multiply doon para maging sakto siya na 1. Beyond 1, unstable na siya, right? Pero pag saktong 1, ayun, no? So marginally stable yung tawag natin doon, di ba? So pag saktong 1. So yung allowance na yun, no, na pwede mong i-multiply, okay, is what we call as the gain margin. So the higher your gain margin is, the more stable your system is, right? Because it allows you to have a huge margin, okay, before the system becomes unstable. Gets nyo, guys? So ito yun, di ba? So hahanapin mo kung nasan. So basically, if you understand what I'm saying, sa gain margin, ang kailangan natin is WPC. Okay, the phase crossover frequency. That's what we need here. Okay, so need natin no phase crossover frequency. So this is the phase crossover frequency, di ba? As we discussed earlier. So this is the phase crossover frequency. So pagdating natin dito, no, ipo-project nyo lang dun sa magnitude Bode plot. So ito yung WPC. So as you can see here, no, so meron siyang ano, okay, certain na allowance, certain na ano, no, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba dapat sabi dun sa Nyquist stability criterion, kapag negative 180 degrees dapat less than okay, 1. Remember 0 dB 1 po 'yan. So bago siya maging 1, may space pa na may ano pa, may difference pa. So itong difference na to is what we call as the gain margin. So may gain margin pa siya. Kumbaga bago siya maging unstable, okay, we are allowed to increase our gain, okay, by a certain gain margin. Okay? So gain margin is almost exclusively no expressed in decibel. So unless otherwise stated, guys, no, so you always assume na naka-dB siya. Okay? Naiintindihan? Gets nyo? Kasi 'di ba pag nagsakto na siya na 1, okay, yun na yung pinaka-limit niya, pinaka-threshold na beyond that unstable na. Pero tingnan niyo dito, no? So 'di ba wala pa siya sa ano na siya, mababa pa siya sa 1. So there's a certain gain that you can actually exceed, okay, before the systems become unstable. So dito this is a relative stability parameter. Ibig sabihin, guys, the higher your gain margin, the more stable your system is. Okay? Kumbaga, a system with a small gain margin, a system with a higher gain margin, mas stable yung mas mataas ang gain margin. Okay? Kasi parang yung mistake or yung allowable na magkamali tayo ng gain, kaya nagde-design tayo, tapos nagkamali tayo ng gain, kaya tumaas ng konti, okay lang, stable pa din. Parang yun yung idea. Okay? Naiintindihan? So, kailangan natin ng WPC. Hanapin nyo lang yung WPC dun sa Bode magnitude plot. Tingnan nyo kung gaano siya kalayo bago maging, ano, bago yung actual plot natin, gaano siya kalayo doon bago maging 0 or 0 dB or 1, no? In magnitude. On the other hand, yung phase margin, ano naman yun? So yun yung maximum phase shift, okay, or additional phase that the system can accept before it becomes unstable. Kung nare-recall nyo, again, sa Nyquist stability criterion, sabi doon is that uh, para masabi natin na ang system ay closed loop stable, dapat yung kanyang phase response is negative 180 degrees. Okay? I mean, at negative 180 degrees na sakto, so dapat less than unity. So kung isasagad natin, unity na siya. So ito yun, yung WGC natin. Sakto na yung gain natin. Okay? Sakto na yung gain natin na 1 na lang, unity na. So ibig sabihin, hindi na tayo allowed na mag-shift ng gain. Sakto na kasi na 1. Ngayon, para maging stable siya, kasi 'di ba, para maging stable siya dapat negative, ayan, ito yung WGC, 'di ba? So ipo-project natin dito. So in this case, ito yung WGC natin, yung gain crossover frequency. So you're gonna look at this. This is the actual phase at this point. So somehow hindi pa siya saktong 180, right? Hindi pa siya saktong 180. Yan. Hindi siya saktong 180. So, may certain frequency to, let's say, uh, in this case is omega, teka, sulat ko na maayos. So, this is a certain phase angle, GJ, I mean G, J omega C. Ayan, guys. So, yan yun, right? Okay, bago siya, ayan. So, ngayon, ito ngayon yung tinatawag nating guys. This is what we call now as the phase margin. So, gaano siya kalayo, no? Okay, sa negative 180 degrees. Okay? Gano'n siya kalayo. Kasi beyond that, kapag lumagpas ka na ng negative 180 degrees, okay, hindi na siya stable. Kasi kailangan, di ba, negative 180 sakto. So, ito ngayon yung phase margin natin. So, bali parang yung, yeah, teka, mali. Dapat ata pag ganito. Yan. So, this is the phase margin. Okay? Ayan. So, in terms ng equation, okay, how do we calculate the gain and phase margin? So, based dito sa understanding natin dito, no? So, yung gain margin pala, okay, can be calculated as, okay, no? So, this distance, okay, I mean, galing sa 1 or 0 dB. So, parang 0 minus no whatever this point is, right? Whatever this point is. So, bali magnitude niya. Pero dapat naka-logarithm, no? Teka, ayusin ko . So, GM equals 0 dB minus 20 log, okay, ng magnitude ng GJ omega PC. Ayusin ko, guys, yung sulat. Yan. Okay? So, naiintindihan, guys? Ayan, no? So, kunin lang natin yung, ayan. Kasi di ba, negative siya kasi nasa baba, right? Kaya, ayan. So, 0 minus 20 log ng, yung GJ omega PC. Okay? Kasi this particular point, guys, okay, to get this value, okay, to get this value, no? So, to solve for this value, kunin niyo yung magnitude nung open loop transfer function natin at J in particular yung frequency na omega PC. Okay, guys? Ayan, no? So, sa phase margin naman, okay, phase margin naman, yan. Bale, siya, no? Pag sinulat nyo, tinan nyo, no? So, phase margin, how to get the phase margin. So, kumbaga, yung angle, Okay, J omega PC, okay, minus negative 180. So, pag inayos natin yung pagkakasulat, that would be what? Positive 180 degrees. Okay, plus, okay, whatever yung maging angle natin na, ano, J omega GC. So, ito na may formula for the phase margin. Based dun sa, ano, no, na-derive natin from the graph. Yan, itong nasa taas, ito yung formula, no? So, ayusin ko yung pagkakasulat kasi, di ba, 0 minus. I will not write the 0 anymore. So, this is GM equals negative 20 log nung whatever yung yan. Isin ko lang guys para maganda yung notes natin. Yan. Okay? So this is the formula for the gain margin. Okay guys? All right. So although kapag yung problem as for the gain margin will not be using the formula, pero kapag given kasi yung response, yan yung gagamitin natin for the gain margin. Kasi ano no, medyo mahirap i-solve yung omega PC using the response. Kasi ano siya parang ang equation niya trigonometric and sometimes yung calculator hindi nire-return yung tamang result no para doon. Kaya I will be teaching an alternative way on how to solve the gain margin using its definition. Okay? Yan. Madali lang yung gain margin kasi kapag ginamit nating definition niya na maximum value ng gain na pwede mong i-multiply sa OLTF para before it becomes unstable. Okay? Pero kapag given na yung response because there are some problems na given na yung mismong GJ omega PC, hindi mo na isosolve. O pag ganun, gamitin mo yung formula. Negative 20 log no, ng whatever that value is. Okay? Nagets guys? Kasi medyo mahirap i-solve ang omega PC directly. Okay, galing sa response mismo. Kasi it involves inverse trigo function. So sometimes yung calculator hindi nire-return yung correct result. Okay? Or matagal lumabas yung result. So may alternative method tayo to solve for the gain margin. Okay, using its definition. Okay, pero yan, yung na-drive natin yung formula na dalawa for the gain margin and phase margin, yan talaga po dapat. Okay? Alright. Sige. So now let's try to solve some example questions no with regards to the gain and phase margin. Okay. So example. So the open loop transfer function of a system is given by yan, g of s, h of s equals 2,300 upon s times s plus 5 times s plus 20. Solve for the gain margin. Solve natin gain margin guys. Let's go. Okay, what will be our solution? Sabi ko nga, hindi natin gagamitin yung tinuro kong formula, no? Yan, no? Yan, nagturo pa ng formula, hindi pa lang gagamitin, no? So, gamitin natin yun mamaya dun sa, kapag given na yung response itself. Dito, gagamitin natin yung definition niya. So, halimbawa, no? Let natin. Okay, let K, yan, let K be the gain margin. Yan. So, alam natin, guys, na yung gain margin, minumultiply natin sa OLTF. Okay? Yan. Yung maximum value na pwede natin i-multiply sa OLTF because before the system becomes unstable. So, ibig sabihin, no, what will be our new OLTF, guys? Okay, bagong OLTF natin, yung nakamultiply na ng K. So, that would be 2,300 times K. Yan, no? Over, ano guys, S times S plus 5 multiplied by S plus 20. So, this is the new value for the OLTF. Okay? New value ng OLTF natin. Okay. All right. Ayan. Ayan. Wait lang ah. Ayan. Smado kasing kami eh, no? Okay, anyway. So, yan. Hmm. This is the new OLTF, guys, no? So, yung OLTF natin original, given sa problem, yung new OLTF natin is yung na-multiplyan nung gain margin. Suppose that the K is our gain margin. So, sabi daw, hanapin natin yung pinakamalaking value ng K na pwede before the system becomes unstable. So ibig sabihin, no, ang gagamitin natin dito is yung absolute stability concept. Kukunin natin yung CLTF. Okay, CLTF kasi yung ginagamit doon, right? So pag ginawa natin yung CLTF, this is 2,300K. Yan, over, ano to, S cube plus, ayan guys, 5, 20, 25. 25 S square. Tapos 100, no? 100 S. Okay, plus 2,300K. 2,300K. Okay. Alright. So ito yung characteristic equation, di ba, yung nasa denominator. That is our characteristic equation. So yung CE natin, kukunin natin guys. Kasi absolute stability yung gagawin natin concept eh. So we have the S cube plus 25S square plus 100S plus 2,300K is equal to 0. Okay? So, for the absolute stability, okay, kung module 5, kung nare-recall nyo guys, yan, no? Ang gagamitin natin dito is Routh-Hurwitz, right? Although, sir, third order to, no? So, mamaya papakita ko, pwede rin natin gamitin yung sufficient and necessary condition. Kaya lang, in general, solvein muna natin ang Routh-Hurwitz. Kasi pag hindi po third order yung nangyari dito, kunyari ibang order siya, Routh-Hurwitz yung gagamitin para makita nyo paano kinukuha yung gain margin in the context ng Routh-Hurwitz. Okay? Sige. Although guys, pwede pong gamitin dito yung sufficient and necessary condition, no? Na inaral natin sa module 5. Okay, so Routh-Hurwitz muna tayo guys. So this is S cube. Tapos ano nakalagay rito guys? We have the 1. I mean, this is the S square. 1, tapos 25, and then 100, and 2,300K. Next row natin, S raised to 1 row. So we have 2,500. Bali, ano yun, no? 25 times 100, 2,500. Okay? Tapos, minus 2,300K. Okay, all over. Okay, 25. All over 25. Tapos 0 to, di ba? Kapag blanco, 0 yung nilalagay. And yung S raised to 0, since yung support ng 2,3 is 0, malalaglag lang yung 2,3 dito. So, 2,300K. Okay? So ngayon guys, ano nga kung i-recall nyo, no? What is the definition again of the gain margin? So the maximum value of K before the system becomes unstable. So in other words guys, no, hinahanap natin yung particular value ng K, okay, that will make the system marginally stable. Marginally stable. Bakit marginally stable, sir? Kasi yun yung point before the system becomes unstable. Kasi beyond that, di ba, unstable na siya. Okay? Naintindihan? Ayun, no? So, para magkaroon ka ng marginally stable, hahanap ka lang dun sa Routh-Hurwitz mo ng tinatawag na row of zeros. Yan, row of zeros. ROZ. Okay, row of zeros. So, dapat ito, maging zero siya. Maging row of zero siya. So, in other words, no? So, yung 2,500 minus 2,300K, yan, all over 25. Okay, dapat maging zero yan. So, I will leave this to you guys, no? Pero ang maging answer natin dito na K would be 25 over 23. So, this is our gain margin. Yan na yun, no? Yan yung gain margin natin, guys. Nakuha? Yan. So, that is our gain margin na. Okay, kaya lang, sabi ko nga, dapat naka-decibel. So, we'll just write this in decibels. No? So, kunin nyo lang siya in decibel. So, sa ganyan po palagi, oh, ganyan palagi ang pag-solve ng gain margin, no? Hindi na gagamitin yung formula, sir. Hindi na, no? Kasi yung formula na derive natin, kailangan nyo pang kunin yung magnitude response niya. Okay, kailangan nyo pang kunin yung omega PC. Okay? Kaya lang yung pag-solve nga ng omega PC, pagaling sa response, hindi siya reliable kasi. Yung calcio kasi minsan iba yung nire-return na value, no? Pag nag-shift solve ka. So, you do it manually. Kaya lang, pagka ganun, baka magkamali ka palalo. So, ito na lang yung process. So, same lang naman yung makukuha. So, therefore, pag kailangan natin ng gain margin, kunin nyo lang yung naka-decibel. Naka-decibel siya dapat, no? So, hence, so, GM, okay, is equal sa 20 log. Yan, i-decibel nyo lang yung gain margin na nakuha natin kanina, no? Yung 25/23. Okay, so what is the GM, guys? No, so, solve ko lang ha. Solve nyo rin. Calcu, 25/23. So, 0.724, no? Yan, 724 dB. Okay? So, here's our answer. Here's our answer. Okay, guys? Alright. Okay. So, ngayon, yan, no? Alternatively, no? Yan, sabi ko nga third order lang to. So, sir, pwede ba dito yung ginagamit nating shortcut, sir, no? Yung sufficient condition lang. Pwede, actually. So, di ba, given tayo ng characteristic equation natin, we have the S cube. 1 yung nandito, right? S cube. Okay, plus, yan, 25 S square plus 100 S. Okay, plus 2,300 K is equal to 0. Ayan, no? So, bale, di ba, ang inner product, kunin nyo lang yung inner product natin. So, multiply nyo lang itong dalawa. That is, what? 2,500. Okay, and then the outer product naman. Outer product naman. So, for marginal stability, ano nga uling condition nun? So, yung outer product should be equal sa inner product. Okay, so yung outer product natin is 2,300 K. 2,300 K. Dapat equal lang tong dalawa, guys. No? Yan, no? So, bali yung outer product natin, hence, yun natin, yung 2,500 is equal sa 2,300 K. So, from there, it's easy to see that the result will also be, okay, 25/23. And kunin nyo lang yung gain niya in decibel, no? You'll get the same. Okay, so mas madali, right? Yan, no? So, pinakita ko lang na pwede rin na mag-Routh-Hurwitz tayo. Okay? Yan, kasi nga, again, kung hindi na siya third order, so Routh-Hurwitz din naman yung gagamitin para makita nyo lang kung paano siya. Okay, now, there are some questions, guys. Okay, for example, sa board exam, ganyan, na ang tinatanong lang is simply the, omega PC. Okay, kasi ngayong understanding natin dito, pag sinosolve po to, talagang kailangan po ninyo omega PC. Okay? Ayan. Hindi ko natuturo sa inyo kung paano siya kunin traditionally. Mahirap nga kasi yon. So, pwede kasi din natin siyang makuha galing saan? Sa Routh-Hurwitz. Okay? Ayan. So, kung naalala nyo, no, sa row of zeros, ano yung nasa taas niya? During our previous lectures, guys. What do you call yung row na immediately above your row of zeros? May term tayo dun, right? Anong tawag natin dun? Okay, very good, no? So this is what we call as the auxiliary equation, AE. Auxiliary equation yan. Yung nasa taas, no, nung iyong row of zeros, that is the auxiliary equation. So gagamitin nyo lang yun, yung auxiliary equation, guys. Yan, no? So again, this is what we're gonna do if we are asked to solve for the omega PC. Okay, the phase crossover frequency. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga, uh, possibly na ito yung maitanong no? Kunyari, sa board, no? Ang tinanong is the phase crossover frequency, hindi yung gain margin. Okay, although ganito kasi yun pag nasa-solve mo yung gain margin, originally dapat kaya mong hanapin yung omega PC. Kaya lang, iba yung ginamit nating method, no, on how to obtain the gain margin. So that is why, no, so I will also teach an alternative way on how to solve for the phase crossover frequency. So nakita niyo yung auxiliary equation, gagamitin niyo lang yun, kukunin niyo lang. So in this case, ang ating auxiliary equation is 25s squared, okay, plus 2,300k. Now, yung K na nakuha natin, di ba may K tayo na solve na, no? So, yung K na value natin, gagamitin na natin. Okay, equal 0 siya, di ba? So, this is 25s squared plus 2,300. Ano yung K na value na nakuha natin, guys? Hindi po yung naka-decibel, ha? Yung naka-ano lang, ha? Yung absolute lang. So, equal 0. Yung naka-decibel, yun yung final answer for the gain margin. Pero dito, sa pag-solve ng omega PC, dapat yung 25/23. So the equation becomes what? The equation becomes 25s squared plus 2,500 equals 0. So this becomes s squared. 25 S square equals negative 2,500. So S square equals negative 100. Okay? So pag kinuha niyang root, so plus minus J10. Yan. So yan yung S natin. Okay? So ngayon, ano yung format niya? Yung final answer dyan actually is format is plus minus J omega PC. Yan yung format. So hence, no? So what will be our final answer? If we want to find omega PC, so this is nothing but 10 radian per second. This is the phase crossover frequency. Okay, just in case na ipahanap. So, nakuha guys? Yes, yes. All right. All right. Right. So, okay lang. Nice, good, nice, good. Okay, sige. So, yan. Let's have another one, guys. No? So, this time, ano naman, phase margin naman yung isosolve po natin. So, same lang yung given, no? So, we're asked to solve for the phase margin naman. Okay. Game. Let's go, let's go. So, what will be our solution? So, how are we going to solve for the phase margin, guys? PM. So for the phase margin, okay, so ito talaga step by step na yung process natin, no? So walang alternative method kagaya nito, eh, no? Na ang ginamit natin yung concept ng absolute stability. So dito talagang i-outline natin yung process. Number one is hahanapin muna natin yung ano, yan, lagay ko step 1. Yan, step 1. So to solve for the phase margin, kailangan mahanap natin yung ano, yan, gain crossover frequency, omega GC. Yan, omega GC. So, how are we going to solve for the gain crossover frequency? Ano nga ang definition niya? So, let's go back to the lecture. So, yung gain crossover frequency omega GC is the frequency wherein the magnitude, okay, response. Frequency kung saan ang magnitude response ay 0 dB or kung hindi siya naka-decibel, 1. Okay? Ayan, no? So, gain crossover frequency is kung saan yung magnitude response ng system natin ay equal sa 1. Okay? So, in other words, we need to get the magnitude response from the, ano, kailangan mo kuha muna natin yung, yan, first kunin muna natin yung GJ omega muna. Okay, GJ omega muna. So, from the OLTF, no? So, ay, ano pala to, no? Ano, so, J omega. Okay, J omega. Okay. All right. Okay, no? So, anong gagawin natin dyan, guys? No? So, bali, papalitan nyo lang ng omega lahat, no? So, we have 2,300. Okay, and then J omega. Okay, tapos J omega plus 5. Okay, and then J omega plus 20. Yan. Okay, so na-gets? O, tapos, next step is kunin natin yung ano, magnitude response, no? So, para ganyan, kunin lang natin magnitude, no? Okay, J. Tapos, yung omega, gawin natin, mamaya na, no? Para hindi magulo isulat. So, omega rin muna ilalagay ko, ha? So, HJ omega. Kasi magulo isulat pagka nilagay ko kagad yung omega GC, eh. So, paano kunin yung magnitude? O, hindi ko na ipapakita to, guys, ha? Pero, di ba dapat, in reality, dapat, ano to, no? Square root ng, ano, guys? 2,300 square plus 0 square siya dapat. Okay? Pero syempre, pagka ginawa mo yan, in-evaluate mo yan, 2,300 pa rin yung lalabas. Okay? 2,300 pa rin yung lalabas. So, I'm just gonna write 2,300, guys, ha? Yan. So, hmm. So, this one, yan, square root ng, ano, guys? Yan, 0 square plus omega square. Tapos, this one, square root ng, ano, guys? Omega square plus 5 square. Okay? Tapos ito, square root ng, ano guys, omega square plus 20 square. Okay, nakuha guys? No? So, kinuha lang natin yung magnitude, no? So, sa root locus, guys, natutunan na natin yan. Dun sa first part ng Module 7, natutunan din natin kung paano yan gawin. Okay? So, we learned how to do it step by step, no? So, just watch the recording, no? If, medyo nalimutan nyo na. So, ano mangyayari dito, guys? So, this would become, ano po? Okay, this would be the, ngayon, yan. Sige, sulat ko lang muna ha. So, equal siya sa, yan. Copy ko na lang, no? Instead. Okay. Yan, so this is 2,300. Tapos this is omega. Tapos root of, ano guys, omega square plus 25. And then root of omega square plus 400. Yan yung ano natin, no? Yan yung magnitude response natin. Okay, what's next? Kung nare-recall natin, again, ano pong definition ng omega GC? So omega GC is the frequency kung saan yung magnitude response will be equal to 1. So ibig sabihin, no, yung right-hand side, yung left-hand side natin, guys, papalitan lang natin ng 1. So this will become 1. And the left-hand side, okay, would be equal sa 2,300 over, and this becomes omega GC. Okay, and then square root ng omega GC whole square plus 25. And this one is, yan, square root of, yan, omega GC square plus 400. Magiging ganyan siya. Okay? Tapos, since ang omega GC natin, hindi natin kino-consider yung negative and imaginary values niya, so we don't care about those roots. So pagka ganun, one method para mabilis nung masolve is square na natin both sides. So i-square nyo tong side na to, etong side na to, i-square nyo din po. Okay? Tapos i-cross multiply nyo pagka square. Gets? So, sige, para hindi kayo malito guys, i-square ko muna, no? Bago i-cross multiply. Kasi makikita nyo, no, di ba? This is 2,300. Naka-square yan. Ito ay magiging omega GC square times the quantity omega GC square plus 25. And this is omega GC square plus 400. So nawala yung mga ano, no, nung in-square natin. Pwede nyo nang i-cross multiply. So this becomes omega GC square times omega GC square. Yan. Okay, may apologies for the interruption. Yan, no? So nagkaroon ng technical difficulty sa net. Okay, so let's go back guys, no? So I hope na yan. So kung medyo naputol na kanina at hindi niyo nasundan, ito yung mga nangyari, no? So we're just simply solving for the omega GC. Okay? So i-cross multiply natin siya. So that is omega GC square plus 25. Okay, tapos this is omega GC square plus 400. Tapos equal yun sa 2,300 na naka-whole square. Yan. So, sa calculate nyo guys, you can let this as x, no? Para madaling isolve, right? So, you can let the whole omega GC to be the x. Tapos, pag x na siya, na-solve nyo na, kunin nyo yung square root. Okay? I-let nyo yung omega GC square to be x, then you can use your calculator to yung solve function. Ayan. Tapos, once na na-solve nyo na yung value ng x, guys, kunin nyo lang yung square root nun. Okay? Para makuha nyo yung exact value ng omega GC. Okay, huwag nyo pong gagawin yung ginawa natin sa ordinaryong equations, guys, ha? So, dito lang pwede yan kasi the main reason is that, ito yung lalabas, no? Tinatype ko lang. Sinusulat ko lang. The main reason kung bakit pwede siya is we can ignore the other roots. Okay? So, we can ignore the other roots, no? Yan. So, the value would be 9.589 radian per second. Okay, no? So that is the value of the omega GC. Okay, 9.589 radian per second. So what's next? Okay, so anong susunod, guys? Okay, and no? So I think it's okay na. My apologies again for technical issues. So okay, no? So we have solved the value of the omega GC, the gain crossover frequency. So now, guys, based dun sa, kung nare-recall nyo pa, no, from the discussion, for the phase margin, no, next step is we need to get, okay? So yung second step natin, guys, we need to get the what? So kunin natin yung phase response natin. Okay, G, okay, J omega GC. Okay, kukunin natin yung phase response. So kunin natin yung phase response, guys. Okay, no? So we have the G, J omega. Okay? Yan, no? So we'll be getting that. So for this one, okay, no? So kailangan pala natin, I mean, ito pala yung symbol. Kasi may H nga pala siya. Okay? Yan, kunin muna natin, guys, yung yan. So kunin natin muna first yung phase response. So how to get the phase response, guys? All right. Game. Let's go, let's go. So for the 2,300, that is positive kasi nasa numerator siya. So this is arctangent of 2,300, I mean, 0 over 2,300. Kasi 'di ba ano siya, imaginary over the real part. Okay? So yan siya. Okay. Siguro next line ko na lang, guys, no, para mas mas maganda siya tignan. So I'll just put it in the next line. Yan. So we have the arctangent. Okay. Arctangent ng 0 over 2,300. Okay. Minus, okay, nasa denominator kasi j omega lang, no? Dito kayo titingin, guys, ha? Baka you're getting confused, no? So dito po kayo titingin, ha? Diyan kayo tumingin. Okay? Sige. So minus, kasi nasa denominator tayo. So arctangent of what? So this is arctangent of, okay, what is the in the numerator, guys? J omega, so omega, right? Kasi imaginary part over 0, over 0. Okay? Next line, ha? Nakaduktong to, guys, ha? Pero sa next line ko na lang ilalagay. Minus arctangent of what? Omega over 5. Okay? And then minus arctangent again ng ano naman, guys? Omega over 20. Omega over 20. Gets? That is the phase response. So, bale, this would be equal sa GJ omega, HJ omega. Yan, so, equal siya sa, the first one, that is 0. Next is, sabi ko nga, di ba, naturo ko na to sa inyo sa root locus, na kapag ka over 0 siya, this is negative 90 degrees. And this is negative 90 degrees. So, minus 90 degrees. Yan. Yan. Tapos, minus arctangent ng omega over 5. Yan. Minus arctangent ng omega over 20. Teka, wait lang. Wait lang. Nasama, no? Okay, so yan siya, no? So that is our phase response. So ngayon, gusto nating malaman ano yung phase response natin at omega GC. 'Di ba? May value tayo ng omega GC which is yung 9.589. Isa-substitute nyo lang po, guys. So kumaga yung phase response natin, okay, GJ omega GC, okay, H of omega J omega GC. Yan, this is equal sa minus 90 degrees minus arctangent ng, yan, so ano yung value man nun, no? So, 9 point, ano value niya, guys? 589. Yan, all over 5. Yan, minus, kadoktong to, guys, ha? Ni-next line ko na lang. We have 9.589, okay, over 20 naman. Okay? So, therefore, what is our phase response at omega GC? What is our phase response at omega GC? So, anong lalabas, guys? So, you have minus 90 minus arctangent ng 9.589 over 5 minus arctangent ng 9.589 over 20. So, we'll be getting negative 178.076 degrees. Yan. So, hence, yan na. Step number 3 na. Okay? So, solve for the phase margin. So, yung phase margin, di ba, may formula tayo na derive kanina. So, what's that? So, phase margin is nothing but 180 degrees. Okay, plus, okay. GJ omega lang yung ano, no? Nandun. Pero kung may H siya, okay, okay lang din, no? So, ilagay nyo lang. Because nevertheless, no, they mean the same thing. OLTF naman ang ibig sabihin nun. So, what will be the phase margin, guys? So, 180 degrees plus, ano yung nakuha natin kanina? Negative. Okay, 178.076 degrees. So, we'll be getting, okay, 1.90, na 1 point, ano to? 924. 1.924 degrees. So, this is the phase margin. 1.924 degrees. So, that is the phase margin. Okay? So, nagets, guys? Yes? Yes. All right. All right. Okay. So, naintindihan? So, yun yung process, no? So, 3 steps siya. So, the first one is solving for the gain crossover frequency. Step 2 is solving for the phase response at the gain crossover frequency. And then, you just solve for the phase margin, apply the formula. Okay? So, nagets, guys? Okay. So, let's have some more example. So, let's have this one, guys. Okay. Ayan. So, a unity feedback system, okay, has the following open loop transfer function, open loop frequency response. So, naka-table siya, no? Yan na yung response niya mismo. So, determine the gain and phase margin of the system. So, what will be our solution? Okay. So, dito, the problem actually tests our understanding ng ano, ng concept, no, ng gain margin and phase margin. Okay? So what is the gain margin again? So yung gain margin natin, so this is negative 20 log. Kung gagamitin natin yung formula ha. So this is the ano no, GJ omega PC. Okay? Sa inyong formula, right? Magnitude, but phase angle, sorry. Phase angle nalagay ko. Magnitude. So, my apologies, no? So, magnitude ng G, J, omega, PC. Okay. So, yan yun, di ba? Based doon sa na-derive nating formula kanina. Gets, gets, gets? Okay. Sige. So, paano gagawin natin for this one? So, remember, omega PC, okay, omega PC is the frequency. Okay, may frequency siya kung saan ang phase natin ay 180 degrees. No? So, recall. No? So, lagyan natin na, recall. Yan, omega PC is the frequency, okay, at which phase response is minus 180 degrees. So, based dito sa table natin, no, hahanapin nyo kung nasan yung phase response. Okay? Yan, baka nalilito kayo ha. Ito yung phase response natin, PR, no, phase response, yung naka-angle. Yung naka-magnitude, this is the magnitude response ha. O, asan yung phase response na negative 180? Di ba ito? Ito yung negative 180, correct? So, anong frequency yun? 10. Okay, so frequency natin ay 10. Ibig sabihin, frequency yan 10. So, ngayon, i-check nyo ngayon, okay, what will be the gain margin? So, yung gain margin is nothing but negative 20 log, okay, nung, ano guys, nung magnitude response kung saan ang frequency ay 10. And what is that? 0.64 base sa table. 0.64 base sa table. So, this would be what? Solve natin ha. So negative 20 log ng 0.64. So we have 3.88 decibels. So we have 3.88 dB. So this is your gain margin. Uy, nagets nyo guys? Naintindihan po? Yes, yes. So this would be the gain margin. Naintindihan? Okay. All right. So that is the gain margin. Oh, no? So, ayan, this is the time that you will use the formula na tinuro ko or dinerive natin, no? Kasi given na mismo yung mga response themselves, like this one, the response is given in the form of a table. Yan. So that's why we have selected the process. Okay, now the phase margin naman. Okay, phase margin, pinapasolve sa atin. So what would be the phase margin formula? So phase margin, ano formula natin? This is 180 degrees. Okay, okay, yung phase response. Okay, at ano? J omega GC naman. J omega GC. So, lagyan din natin ng recall, guys. Recall. Ano i-recall, sir? Na the, okay, recall natin na yung gain crossover frequency is the frequency where ano guys where the magnitude response where the magnitude response is equal to 1. Okay? Or kung naka-decibel ay 0 dB. Okay? But in this case, I think hindi siya naka-decibel, right? Hindi siya naka-decibel. So, 0 dB. So, in this case, no, hanapin nyo lang, no? So, magnitude response, ano yung 1? Ito, this one, guys, no? So, ito yung 1, right? So, kung ito yung 1, ito yung frequency na hinahanap natin. Ayan, no? So, di ba kanina hinahanap natin yung 180? Ayan, no? So, frequency ay 10. So, ito naman, ang frequency is 8. No? So, frequency ay 8. Okay. Ayan, no? So, hanapin natin saan ang frequency ay 8. Okay, guys? Alright. So, game? Yes, yes. Okay. So, I think medyo may mali dun sa ano, no? So let me correct this, ha. Dapat negative tong mga to, no? So may some and issues with regards sa signs. Yan. So minus to dapat, guys. Okay? Yan, minus. Yan, puro minus siya na hindi lang nasulat doon sa nung kinapi ko yung table. Okay, anyway. So makita natin na ano no, at frequency na 8, yung phase response natin is negative 170. So hence, what will be our phase margin? So hence, so phase margin is equal to, okay, 180. Okay, plus, ano yun doon? Kapag sa frequency na 8, ano yung ating phase response? Negative 170. So therefore, what is our phase margin, guys? Phase margin natin ay 10 degrees. Phase margin is 10 degrees. Okay? So, naiintindihan, guys? Yes, yes. Okay. Yan. So that's how, no? That's how you solve for the gain margin and phase margin kung given na yung mga response po natin. Okay, kapag given na yung mga response. Okay? Yes? Yes. Okay, let's take another example. Mm, yan. Let's take another example, guys. Okay, let's have this one, guys, no? So our next example. Okay. So calculate the phase margin in degrees of an OLTF. Okay, so given yung OLTF using asymptotic body magnitude plot. Okay, ayan. So this is ano no? This is a good question. So what would be the solution? So sabi dito ganito, guys. Sa pag-calculate ng phase margin, naalala nyo, no? Ang kailangan natin ay omega GC. The gain crossover frequency, that's what we need. But sabi sa problem, no, instead of calculating it directly, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, yung mathematical approach, like this one, right? Haba, di ba, yung paghanap ng omega GC. So, ang gamitin daw natin is actually the asymptotic body plot. No? So, we use the asymptotic body magnitude plot. Okay, so paano gagawin natin yun, guys? Okay, how we're going to do the asymptotic body magnitude plot. So, i-plot muna natin yung body plot niya. Yan, no? So, practice nung lesson dun sa previous nating lecture. Okay. So, yan, sa control systems. Okay. Yan, calculate the, ayan. So, plot muna natin yung, ano niya, no? Yan, kung nare-recall niyo ba, paano process nun? So, this is the MDB. Yan, and this is the, yan, omega. Okay. By the way, kunin muna natin yung corner frequency. Kunin muna na, ay, dapat naka-time constant form muna siya. So, lagay ko muna to dito sa bandang baba, I guess. Yan. So, kunin muna natin yung G of S natin, yung ating OLTF. Okay, no? Dapat naka-time constant form, no? Kung nare-recall nyo in the previous discussion. So, anong time constant form nito? So, this is 10. Okay, into 0.1 into, ay, sorry. Ano pala siya. So, 10 pala nasa taas lang. Tapos sa baba, we have 0.1. Okay, into 1 into 10. Tapos ito magiging 1 plus S over 0.1 multiplied by 1 plus S. Okay, then 1 plus S upon 10. Okay. Yan. So, pag inayos natin yun, so what's that? So, 10 over 0.1 times 1 times 10. So, 10 pa din, no? Okay, no issues. So, 10 pa din. So, bali yung ating G of S would be what? Oops. Yung G of S natin would be what? Na naka-time constant form, guys. So, that is 10. Denominator, we have 1 plus, okay, S over 0.1 multiplied by 1 plus S multiplied by 1 plus S over 10. So what will be our corner frequencies? What are be our corner frequencies? Yan. So ano yung mga corner frequency natin? So 0.1 radian per second, 1 radian per second, 10 radian per second. You know? So, yan. So ganito guys, no? So as you can see, no, corner frequency natin yung 0.1. So 'di ba usually we start the body plot at 0.1. Kaya lang kasi ano no, para makita natin yung effect niya, gets nyo? So start tayo sa 0.01, no? So tapos yung first decade natin, tsaka siya 0.1. Okay, the next decade, so that is 1. And the next decade, that is 10. No? So, sir, bakit po, paano po malalaman na pwedeng gawin yun? Ano lang, use your common sense. Okay? Use your common sense, guys. No? Kasi nga, kapag ka 0.1 tayo nag-umpisa, corner frequency niya yun, di malito kayo, no? Kasi 'di ba pagka ganun, ibig sabihin mag-aano na siya doon, magbe-bend na siya doon. Baka isipin niyo yung system natin type 1. I mean, meron siyang alam niyo 'yun, meron siyang zero sa origin, hindi naman ganun. Okay? So, sa mga ganyan, you just use your engineering common sense, guys, no? Okay. Okay, sige, no? Ayan siya. I'm not sure nga lang, no? Malalaglag ba to? Teka ha. 20 log ng 10. Start tayo sa 20. So, 1 decade. Teka ha. I-adjust ko, guys, no? Kasi, yan. Possible pala na mag less than 0 siya. So, somewhere here, guys, let's say. No? So, ito yung omega natin. So, let's say we start with 20 dB. So, let's say 20 dB to. Yan. So, yung initial MDB natin is 20, right? Yan, initial MDB. Yan. So, we have the 20 log ng 10, 20. Yan. So, ito yung first line natin, di ba? Okay, once you encounter the corner frequency, so this is a corner frequency, right? Yan. So, once na-encounter natin corner frequency, okay, so since these are all poles, so pole, pole, pole. So meron siyang 20 dB per decade na slope. Okay, so 20 dB per decade. So 1 decade na to, right? Kaya magiging 0 siya doon. Okay? Yan, no? So this is originally ang slope natin kasi since ano siya, no, purely constant, so horizontal line lang siya. So 0 dB per decade. Ito is negative 20 dB per decade. Okay, so 0.1 to 1 decade kaya nasa 0 na siya doon. Tapos 1 to 10, okay? Kasi pagka ganito guys, 'di ba? So 1 is another what you call this? This is another uh, tawag doon, another pole. So yung contribution niya is another ano naman, no, minus 20. So bali parang maging ganyan siya na. Yan. So this is negative 40 dB per decade na. Negative 40. And ay, last is, since 10 is a pole again, so another contribution niya, so this one is, negative 60 dB per decade na to. Minus 60. And minus 60 dB per decade. So nagets guys? So una, 0 dB per decade. And then sa point 1, that is a pole. So negative 20 dB per decade. and 1 is a pole again, so negative 40 dB per decade na doon, and then 10 is pole again, so negative 60 dB per decade na. So this is the magnitude Bode plot, asymptotic. Okay, which is yung required sa problem. So ngayon guys, okay no? Lagay natin, sulat natin ha. So from the Bode magnitude, from the asymptotic, and from the asymptotic, Bode magnitude plot, yan, from the asymptotic Bode magnitude plot, so galing dito sa asymptotic Bode magnitude plot guys. Okay. So, yan. Omega GC. Kasi, 'di ba, ang definition ng omega GC is kung saan ang magnitude response natin ay 1 or 0 dB. So, obviously, no? So, saan siya nag-0 dB? Anong frequency siya? So, 'di ba, ito ay 20. So, ito ay 0, right? Yan. Ito ay 0. Ito ay, yan, negative 40. This one. Negative 40. Yan. Okay, anyway. So, kita natin na ang omega GC 0. I mean, saan siya nag-0? Sa 1. Okay, so omega GC is equal sa 1. 1 radian per second. 1 radian per second. So, hence, let's get the phase response. Anong formula? Okay, so omega GC. Yan, phase response kunin natin ha. Sige, J omega muna ha. J omega. Oh. So don't kayo titingin ha sa ano na, doon sa transfer function. So arctangent ng 0 over 10. Okay, minus arctangent ng 0, I mean, kasi papalitan mo ng j omega, no, yung s. So pag pinalitan natin ng j omega to, that would be omega over 0.1. Okay, minus arctangent ng yan, omega over 1. Omega over 1. Minus arctangent ng yan, omega over 10. Yan. Okay, okay. Yan. Oh. Tapos i-substitute lang natin g of j omega dc, which is yung 1 yun, di ba? So that would be 0 minus, okay, arctangent ng 1 over 0.1 minus arctangent ng 1 over 1 minus arctangent ng, okay, 1 over 10. Okay? So what will be the phase response? Alam ko pagka ganito magsisiro yata ito eh. Negative 90. Minus arctangent ng 1 over 1. Minus 135. Okay, so we have negative 135 degrees. Okay? Oh, and makukuha na natin yung phase margin ngayon. So what would be the phase margin? So yung phase margin natin is simply 180 degrees plus nung phase response na nakuha natin kanina, negative 135 degrees, and that would be what? Okay, 45 degrees. So this is 45 degrees. Okay? All right. So that is the phase margin. So notice guys that what you will be getting, okay, kapag hindi natin ginamit yung asymptotic Bode magnitude plot, kaya rin nag-exact analysis tayo, as in yung mathematical approach, quite different, no, from the negative from the 45 degrees yung makuha nating phase margin. So you need to be careful. Kasi sabi rito, we need to use the asymptotic body magnitude plot. Okay? So yun. Okay? All right. So actually, that's it, no, for this lecture, guys. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, no. So, and thank you, guys, and bye.